Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the Warmest Carhartt jacket. If you're in search of the Warmest Carhartt jacket, there is a specific jacket out there that is the Warmest Carhartt jacket. Carhartt offers a wide range of jackets that fit a wide range of climates. Some jackets are built for extreme winter conditions, some are built for mild winter conditions. And if you see here on the screen, over at workwearcommand.com, we have an article that details this in length, but there's a range of insulations that you need to consider. And the Warmest Carhartt jacket will have what's known as the Arctic insulation. Now I also want to point out that another very warm insulation is the quilted flannel insulation. But if you're looking for the Warmest Carhartt jacket, you're going to probably want to stick with either the quilted flannel insulation or the Arctic insulation. And if you're looking for the absolute warmest Carhartt jacket, it will involve the Arctic insulation. But there's a second thing you're going to need to consider, and that is what the outer shell fabric is made out of. Because not only does the outer shell fabric help stand up to abrasions and scuffs and tears and things you might encounter on a job site, it also does help with weather protection. And Carhartt's toughest outer shell is actually a nylon duck, and it is abrasion resistant, water resistant, and wind resistant. So when we're talking about finding the Warmest Carhartt jacket, we're going to combine that warmest insulation, which was the Arctic insulation, but we're going to combine it with the toughest outer shell, and those two together are going to combine to make the Warmest Carhartt jacket, which is the J133. The J133 is part of Carhartt's Yukon Extremes series, and this is the toughest and warmest Carhartt jacket. It's built for harsh outdoor winter environments. It's going to combine that tough nylon duck with the Arctic insulation to give you something that can stand up to those extreme conditions. But I actually wear mostly the J140, which uses, and I'll get into it, explain why later, but it uses the quilted flannel, the second warmest insulation. But here is a look at the J133, which is again Carhartt's toughest shell, combined with Carhartt's warmest insulation, which is the Arctic insulation. So this right here, what you're looking at right now, this is Carhartt's warmest and toughest jacket, the J133. Now you can see it has a little bit of a bulk to it. We'll talk about sizing here in a little bit, but I just personally recommend ordering your normal sizing when you're buying this jacket. You're going to want a little bit of room in there. If you're working in the coldest environments, first of all, you need a little bit of room in there to layer underneath, throw a hoodie underneath there or a flannel. And also you're going to need room to work and function while you're wearing this jacket. So that extra room that's built in to the J133 really helps out. So I would recommend ordering your normal sizing. As far as how this jacket is made, the lining there it's a nylon lining with the Arctic insulation inside of it. It's kind of got a slick feel to it, very comfortable. It sits against the shoulders really easily. It's not a heavy jacket. That's what I like about this jacket, is even though it's a heavyweight jacket, it's not going to weigh you down and feel incredibly heavy against your shoulders. In fact, my size medium, I'll show you the weights later, actually weighs under 3 total pounds, which I appreciate. So you can see there on the inside you do have 2 pockets. On the left you have a zip close. On the right, that's a top Velcro close. So that left pocket there, that zip close pocket, gives you a place to store your essentials, your keys, your wallet, your cell phone. Keep them dry, keep them out of the weather, whatever you need. And of course, this jacket is a full front zip, and you can see right there at the top, an insulated hood. So the full front zip, drawstring hood, and the front there has the kangaroo hand warming pockets, cuffed sleeves. Now if you watch any of my videos, you know that I always kind of complain, and this isn't just a Carhartt issue, it's an issue with all work jackets. I wish they would insulate the pockets, the hand warming pockets. Those pockets are not insulated, but that's not a Carhartt problem. That's typical of all work jackets. Here's an up close look at the actual nylon duck. Again, this is Carhartt's toughest outer shell. It's abrasion resistant, wind resistant, water resistant. Triple stitched main seams is what's consistent with all Carhartt jackets, but that's a really tough, durable shell. Now, when you're thinking about whether or not that's going to work for you, the pros are it's very tough, but the con is some drawbacks to it are it's a little bit stiff off the rack. There's going to be a break-in period with this jacket. It's going to be a little bit stiff when you first start wearing it, probably for about the first 6 months. You're going to have to kind of break it in, but if you need the toughest, you kind of got to make sacrifices, and that's what it's about. Also, the thing about this jacket that I really noticed is it's going to make some noise. Okay, people are going to hear you moving around in this jacket. It's not really that big of a deal to me, but if it is to you, it's something to consider. The nylon jacket is definitely going to make more noise than the cotton fabric shells, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But again, as you can see, it's a pretty standard fit. I ordered my normal sizing. I was happy with it. Going to be some room built in there, but again, it's kind of needed if you're working. Gives you a space to move around inside of there and function. Now, a Carhartt jacket, one thing to consider in their jackets, most all of them come with an attached insulated hood, which this one has, but they're going to have the cuffed waist. So this is important if you're pairing this with a tool belt or something. Carhartt coats generally have a drop tail. We'll talk about that here in a second. Sizing again, here's my size medium J133 jacket compared to a size medium t-shirt. Obviously it's bigger than a t-shirt, but that's just to kind of give you a visual idea of the sizing there. And there's another look at the cuffed waist. Again, it's something you're going to need to consider. Cuffed waist helps trap in the heat, which is a plus. But the drop tail also gives you, of coats, the drop tail that come in Carhartt coats, gives you weather protection past your waist. So it's kind of a trade-off there. Which one works better for you? The full front zip it's a very heavy-duty zipper, pretty easy to work. The coats actually have the coat version of this jacket has a weather strip that covers the zipper as well. Show that here in a second. But pretty standard construction on this jacket. Cuffed sleeves, cuffed waist, insulated hood. Now, again, if you like this combination, if you like the tough nylon outer shell and the Arctic insulation, toughest shell, warmest insulation of the J133 jacket, the coat version of this is the C55, the Carhartt Yukon Extreme Series Arctic coat. Differences are, coat's going to weigh a little bit more, it weighs over 3 pounds, the jacket weighs under 3 pounds. The coat does not come with an attached hood, although you can buy a hood to attach to it. The coat's going to have more pockets, a couple front chest pockets, and it's going to drop past your waist. Again, it's going to have that drop tail where the jacket is going to have that cuffed waist that can pair with a tool belt. And overall, in my opinion, the coat fits a little bulkier than the jacket, but again, you need that if you're going to be layering underneath or doing whatever, room to function, room to move, or to move your arms around. But the main takeaway here for those two, the Carhartt Yukon Extreme series, is it's built for extreme winter conditions. Like if you're just running errands in Kansas or Tennessee or Kentucky, you may not need the absolute warmest because Carhartt's other linings are very warm as well. But that Arctic insulation, the J133 jacket is built for the extreme winter conditions. If you're looking for the warmest Carhartt jacket, it's the J133. I actually live here in Kansas, and although I own the J133, I normally wear the J140. The J140 is a little bit different than the J133, and it just kind of fits my style better. Again, if we go back to the first page we looked at earlier, the J140, the difference is it has Carhartt's second warmest lining, which is the quilted flannel, one step down from the J133, and it combines it with the second toughest shell, which is the firm cotton duck. That's the toughest cotton shell, but the second toughest shell behind the nylon duck that the J133 had. So although this is a step down from the J133, this J140, this is a very warm, heavy-duty jacket. It still has a firm feel to it, and it's very warm. Like I said, I wear this mainly in Kansas. This is absolutely warm enough to handle the winters we have here, which we don't have the extreme winters that you may find in Canada and the northern United States, but we do get extreme cold conditions here. And this J140 jacket really does the trick. I just personally prefer to wear a cotton shell over a nylon shell unless I absolutely am stuck outside working in sub-freezing temperatures. And this jacket is modeled, built just like that J133 as far as full front zip, attached insulated hood, drawstrings, front hand warmer pockets, and a cuffed waist and a cuffed sleeve. So it's built the exact same, it's just it's going to have a different outer shell. It's going to have that firm duck instead of the nylon duck, and it's going to have a different lining. It's going to have the quilted flannel lining instead of the Arctic lining. But the actual outer shell is the firm cotton duck. It's still firm and has that stiff feeling off the rack, much like the nylon duck. This is going to be something that even though it's a cotton shell, it's going to take a while to break it in. That's just how it is. Again, a lot of jobs need that tough shell. It stands up. This is a wind-resistant shell and a water-resistant shell as well. Now, this is what I like the most about the jacket right here. This is why I actually prefer it. This quilted flannel lining is incredibly soft against the skin. I just like the way it feels, probably more than the nylon of the J133, that Arctic jacket we looked at first. This one has that quilted, that has that flannel feel to it. And I just like the way it feels against the skin. It's very soft and very warm. Again, the inside of the jacket here is built much the same. Left side zip pocket, right side top Velcro pocket. Store your essentials in that left pocket there. Keep them dry, keep them clean. Your keys, your cell phone, your wallet. But there is one difference about the J133, which was that first jacket we looked at, which is the warmest Carhartt jacket, compared to this J140 jacket. And there's one significant difference that may matter to some people, and that is actually where this jacket is manufactured. This jacket actually is made in the USA using imported parts. That J133 that we looked at first is an imported jacket. This J140 is made in the USA. For some people that may matter. There's a close-up look again at that quilted flannel lining that I really like. It's very soft to the touch. It weighs actually, even though that J133 is a warmer jacket, this jacket actually weighs just a touch more than that J133. There it is again. My size medium J140 compared to a size medium t-shirt. Obviously, yeah, it's bigger. It's bigger than a t-shirt, just to give you a visual idea of how it fits. Pretty standard fit. Again, I order my normal sizing. Comes down to how you like something to fit. I like the extra room of a Carhartt jacket. To me, it feels natural to have a little bit of room built in there. And again, when I'm putting a hoodie underneath this jacket, it fits, it works. That's just how I like to do it. But everybody has their own personal preference on how things fit. Now here's an important look here. Here's that J133, that first jacket sitting underneath this J140. So these are both size mediums, and you can tell that warmest jacket, which was that black J133, it is a little bulkier. It has a little bit more room in the stomach area there. The arms are a little bit bulkier. So although I ordered my normal sizing in both, that J133, that first jacket, does run a little bit bigger. So here's your takeaways, guys. Again, you're looking for the warmest Carhartt jacket. It's the J133. That combines the toughest outer shell, the nylon duck, with the warmest insulation, which is the Arctic insulation. The J133 is the warmest Carhartt jacket. The coat version of that jacket is the C55. So if you want the coat, which comes with the drop tail and has the protection over the front zipper, you're going to go with the C55. I wear the J140. That's the second warmest lining and the second toughest shell. And the J130, if you don't want a stiff shell, J130 uses that second warmest insulation that I like, which is the quilted flannel, and it combines it with a soft sandstone cotton shell that's going to have a broken in feeling off the rack. So those are really your main options if you're looking for the warmest Carhartt jackets. J133 is the warmest. I wear the J140 in Kansas most of the time. I love it. The J130 has the same insulation as the J140, but is softer. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe. Put any questions below. I'll try to answer them when I can. Thank you. We'll see you next time.